Aloha, friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Shamansi. Thank you to those of you who have been tuning in, and a big welcome to those of you that are new. This is my Moonday messages that I tap into and just open my channel and allow whatever needs to come through for the collective to come through. These messages are timeless, so they are relevant for you when you come across them, and they are channeled in the energy of the upcoming moon day so that it can give you some advice or some guidance through the next several days. And there's a lot happening this next week. So, actually, let me back up. To those of you who tuned in last week, I do want to apologize. Spirit really has been pushing me to sit down and get these meditations um, and some other fun things happening on our new channel, Radiant Love Vibrations. And I haven't had the time to just do it yet. When I do have the time, I've been exhausted. This last week definitely went from chaos to calm. But when the calm came in, it was, um, I'm going to apologize again because I'm totally distracted right now. There are dolphins swimming here in front of us. I don't know if you can see them. They're going to be I will point them out. I'll point a space out where they're swimming. They're so lovely. Okay. Anyway, that tells me that more play is coming in, more excitement. Um, there are some good things happening this upcoming week. We have the 7-7 portal. We're currently in the Sirius gateway, which makes a lot of sense that those dolphins are coming through as well. Now, the boat just went by, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to see them again, but if they do pop up, I will let you know. So lots of play coming in. We're in the Sirius Gateway portal. We have the 7-7 portal coming up. We have the full moon. As you can see, Luna is already shining so bright, and just a lot of good energy. July feels really good, y'all. It feels like an opening, like an expansion, like things are shifting and moving for the better. I'm not even getting that like things are falling off anymore. I think those of you who have been tuning in, things know that things are going to start stabilizing. What I mean by that is that it's not going to be as much chaos as it has been. I don't know about y'all, but I know for self, it's been, these waves of a lot going on, and then needing lots and lots of rest. So I feel that that is finally balancing out. Speaking of balancing, there's still a balancing there that's happening, they're telling me, with the masculine feminine. And it's the masculine feminine within. It's our own little universe within, inside of us that is balancing out right now. So allow yourself, oh, okay, yeah, they're like breathe. Breathe into it and allow yourself to drop into whatever you're feeling more called to right now. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, whatever you're feeling drawn to. If you're feeling drawn to be in the masculine, to be, action forward, movement, protective, focused, driven, that kind of space, and drop into the masculine. If you're feeling like you need to just rest and nurture yourself, give yourself some self love, and have some quiet time, you can drop into the feminine. There are a lot more people are opening up to their intuition. So they want me to talk about this a little bit. When I first started opening up to my intuition, I would, friends would come to me for advice and actually just to hang out, and they would tell me their situations. And while we were hanging out, I would say something like, well, maybe da 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 da. And I was saying that so much that Spirit finally came to me and said, take out the maybe, right? Like those thoughts are not random. Those are downloads, those are intuitive downloads. So, unless it's something that you're stretching and reaching for, and in most cases you're not, take out the maybe, take out the possibly, it could be, all of those filler words, and have confidence in what you're saying, because it is the intuition, it is the high heart that is expanding and opening up to these higher vibrations and able to receive messages not only for self, but for others as well. And they're saying, I know from my experience, it's so much easier for me to channel and open up for others than it is for self because of my indoctrination or my education or the thing, my traditions, whatever it may be, like that I grew up with my family. It's the things that I went through that I tend to get in my own mind space when it comes to self. So if that's you, know that it is quite common to be able to open up, and there's no bias with other people. We just genuinely want to help. And for self, there's sometimes bias, and there's sometimes we want to grow and evolve and become better people, and there may be something that we're holding on to. It may be guilt or shame or something that's holding us back. So um, just know that that is a possibility. If you want to tap into your intuition more, start, noticing these downloads that are coming through. Start being aware of every time you talk to someone and you say maybe, or it could be, and where is that coming from? Why did that thought come to your head? And that might be able to help you open up your intuition a little more, like it did mine. Now, the other thing that's happening for some of the collective, they're saying some of the collective is going to feel like you are in stagnant energy right now, a void, a blank space. But this came to me through a friend about a year ago when I said I was in the void, and she said, stop calling it the void. It is the point of creation, and you are going to be able to create whatever it is that you want moving forward. So that really shifted things for me. So if you're feeling like things are stagnant right now, like there's no movement, know that you are in the point of creation, that you have the power to create whatever experiences you want. And with that, and I've had this happen so often with my recent clients, is be mindful of your words, y'all. I had a couple of clients recently that said, I can't, or I don't want. And remember, the universe does not know negatives. So when you're saying, I don't want this, you actually are calling it in. So you need to be mindful of the words that you're speaking into existence. And man, they keep bringing back breath. Like for some reason, I keep getting short of breath today. And I know that this has to do with this channeling. So take some time to breathe. Maybe set an alarm if you need to. Again, I've had many clients recently that I've just told them, stop and breathe. You're holding your breath. And I know that I used to do it when I would get hyper focused on something, when I was working on something. I would need to stop and take a breath just like that. So maybe set a timer for yourself, or just tap into your body, see what your body needs. I was reading, I've been doing this like random reading lately. I have a bunch of books. Some I've read, some I haven't. And daily, I've been asking my husband to just pick any random book off the bookshelf and hand it to me. And that has been my AM routine, is picking one of those books and then just opening to whatever page I feel called to and reading through it. And recently, the most recent book he handed me this AM was Soul Speak by Julia Cannon. And I'll link it for those of you that are interested. It's a fascinating book. And I tapped into it, and I went almost, I think, the second to the last chapter. And it really took me into my body connection and what my body is feeling. And so I read through the chapter, and then afterwards I did as she, the author, suggested, and I just sat with my body for a minute, and I got really quiet, and I asked, what is going on in my body? Is there anything that needs help or support at this time? And I got some really awesome messages. So for self, I know that I've been having some upper back pain in the heart space, and I know that my heart has been opening and expanding more and more these past few weeks. And so the message for my body was to eat leafy greens, which makes a lot of sense because the heart chakra is linked to green. And I usually tell my clients when they're dealing with some heart stuff to eat green, to walk in green grass, to be surrounded by green trees and really be in that green energy. Even wearing green helps. So listen to your body. Take some time in silence and ask your body, what do you need from me? What kind of support can I give you at this time? And thank your body. Thank your body for being strong and capable and supportive in all that you've been through. All right. I did pull an oracle card, and it was the number 12. And the significance of this, with this point of creation and moving through these portals that are going to be happening this week with the full moon and the 7-7 portal and coming out of the Sirius gateway, it shows me that things are coming to a close. Finally, there are some big things that are shutting down, closing up, and we don't need to return to them. It's like the contracts are complete, and so you can let go with love and rise to your next chapter, your next evolution. What's going to happen in your life next? Okay, let's see. I do want to read, because he told me this one you're going to have to read. So I do want to read what came from the book. The card itself is choreography and or choreograph. My apologies. They said read that again. Choreograph. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to read this one page because this is what they're pointing out to me. It says, plan your days so that you get enough rest while also devoting substantial time and energy to your goals. Notice where you can rein in any unnecessary activity and where you can facilitate more flow and sustainability in your daily habits and tasks. Introduce good habits such as exercise and meditation and stick with them. With discipline and direction, your ship will sail beautifully. You will also benefit by looking deeply at the materials that compromise your mental infrastructure. For instance, are you carrying any outworn, limiting, or self defeating beliefs or thoughts? Let go of anything that may be a faulty foundation for the structure of your life to be built upon. Attention to detail and organization will allow you to dance through life with ease. Consider the way masculine and feminine dance partners complement each other. The more self-assured direction the masculine partner provides, the more sparkle and flair the feminine is free to express. This is a microcosm of the cosmic dance itself. The divine masculine, Shiva, provides the formless structure which the divine feminine, Shakti, fills with every sensory aspect of the manifest world. Okay, yes. So the divine feminine and the the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together in a beautiful harmonizing dance. Yes, that is what I'm feeling for this week. And allow yourself to drop into whatever space it may be. Maybe you've been really working hard on dropping into your feminine, and this week your masculine needs a little love, and it's asking you to step up and give it some support. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you've been working on, action forward and getting things done and tapping into your masculine energy. And this week, your energy is asking you to rest and receive. So listen to your body. All right. Any last things from this card? No. Any other things that we need to know about the upcoming week? I will for sure be doing I will probably do somewhat of a portal, 7-7 portal and full moon portal reading together. They're telling me that I'll be able to combine somehow, but it's going to be different. So I'm just leaving that open to spirit, but I definitely will have the time to get that done soon. And they're bringing me back to the play. Yeah, the joyous play. If you're not playing yet, I've been saying this for weeks, like bring more play into your life. And if you don't know how to do that, maybe like go to an arts and crafts store and find something that looks exciting. Actually, my husband and I went for a walk the other day, and we walked into a Dollar Tree, and they had so many arts and crafts things. I was really surprised. I hadn't been in there in many years, and um, so I saw so many arts and crafts things, and I was like, hey, like if you want to try something that's artsy or crafty, like you don't have to go spend, a fortune on it. You can go to a dollar store, find some stuff to work with, and just get started. Start, being opening yourself up to more creativity. I'm also hearing music for some of you. Definitely tap into music this week, whether that means singing, toning, creating music, dancing. Music is coming through very strongly. Okay, anything else that this collective needs to hear before we finish up for the Moonday messages? They're telling me be free. Be free. And I feel like, recently, I can't even remember where I got this from. It'll come to me. But recently I saw something and it talked about like how actually being free is not needing to prove yourself to anybody, not needing to conform to anything, to really be yourself openly and not feel like you need to change yourself or you need to shift your energy for anyone else. Um, so I think back to that authenticity. Who are you? Oh, good question for the journal. Who am I? Who am I? And who do I want to be? And what do I want to look like? I think that they're, even just with fashion, I was talking to my husband the other day. I saw something online and I saw this woman, and her fashion was so completely different than anyone else, and I was really drawn to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I showed him and I was like, do you think I could take on this fashion for self? And he was like, absolutely. And it just felt good to finally like be open to that, like to be, I think for so long, like I had to, I was in a corporation for a long time, so I had to do certain things and dress a certain way and act a certain way to be in that corporation. And before that, I was a professional ballroom dancer, and in that world, you do have to act and, put on a mask and wear certain clothes and have your makeup a certain way and your hair done a certain way. And so I feel like for many years, I, I put so much into these corporations, into these businesses that I was working for. And by the end of the day, I would just be exhausted. So if I did do anything that was social, it was, in the same attire as what I was wearing to work. Or it was like clothes that just felt comfy and that I could like feel, like I could rest in really. And so now my schedule is more open. I am no longer working for a corporation and I get to be me. And so I'm having fun figuring out what that is and what exactly, how I want to dress and how I want to wear my hair and if I want to wear makeup, and if I do, what type of makeup do I want to wear? And then actually doing it and not caring what people think. Because I'm sure some people, especially with this fashion, I'm loving it, this new fashion style that I found. And, um, it feels it feels like me. And I know there are people who are going to be like, that's totally not you. Well, they know the corporate me, right? They know the me that had to dress up and go into a corporation or had to dress up and be the ballroom dancer. And so it's time to be there for self. And I feel like this is really important for those of you listening. What makes you you? And what do you like? And what do you want to represent of yourself? And how do you want to do that? What do you want to wear? How do you want to look? And without any without feeling any type of way towards anyone else or taking anyone else's advice, when it's just you and you can be exactly who you want, what does that look like? I feel like that is going to take some of you very deep this week and help actually bring in some play. They're telling me it'll help with the playful stuff. So alrighty, I think that is it. Yes, that is it for now. I will tune in again. And I said I had some gifts for you last week. I still have them. They are ready to be uploaded. Spirit held me off. Not sure why, but I'm trusting. So be on the lookout the next few days for a couple of things coming through the channel. And if you can, go to Radiant Love Vibrations and support that channel as well. I will put it in the description. We totally appreciate your support and we're looking forward to we, as in me and my husband, are looking forward to creating so much more for y'all to tune into. Alrighty, until next time, take care. Adios.